Hi there, it's Bonnie with Sew Inspired by Bonnie with another Tuesday's tip. Today we're going to discuss planning for the holiday season sewing. I know if you're like me, I have a tendency to do some sewing, and I was going to sit down, but I think I'll get out of view if I do. Here, let me try to move that down a little bit. There we go. If you're like me, you have a tendency to wait until the last minute to get some things done. Or you think you've made yourself enough time, but all of a sudden you find out that no, you didn't leave yourself enough time. So I decided this year I was going to plan early and try to get myself a schedule and see what I needed and see it that I was being realistic with my expectations of what I could get done for the holidays. And to me, the holiday season, well, we're already kind of starting in it because July 4th is right around the corner, but then we really get the ball rolling when we get into October for the Halloween season, and then Thanksgiving is right after that, and then the grand finale, Christmas. So no wonder a lot of us are stressed and exhausted by the time Christmas rolls around because we've been on a roll forever. So I'm going to go over and refresh my computer to make sure we're all here. And you might, give me a shout out or say hi and let me know. Oh, okay. I see that everybody's starting to show up. And be sure to follow our page. That way you'll get notifications when I actually do go live. And also you'll want to sign up on our newsletter because I send out reminder notices that we're going live, or if there was a schedule change because I'm out of town or something of that nature. I still try to do the Tuesdays tips when I'm out of town, but it doesn't always work out. So anyway, and again, what we're going to discuss today is how to get ourselves organized so that we're not basket cases by the time Christmas rolls around and we're doing all-nighters and things like that to get our projects done. So I did a little bit of research and I kind of thought this through. And first of all, when I was working at a dealer, I noticed some patterns around Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. We saw a lot more machines coming in for repairs. So what I thought we needed to do was have a checklist before we even start planning of things that we really should do and make sure we have on hand so that we're ready to get going when we have all our projects together. And the first thing I would recommend is if your machine hasn't been serviced in a while, it would be a good time to go ahead and take that machine in now while you're planning. And while you're not sewing, if you're not sewing. I know some of you sew every day, not everybody does. So this is kind of a slower portion of the year. Go ahead and take it in because the wait time to get your machine serviced and repaired won't take as long as when you get into the holiday season, October, November, and December. So it'd be good to get that machine in now if it hasn't been seen in a while. And if your machine's like mine, for some reason, it's Murphy's Law that when I have a deadline, that's when they decide they need to go in and have a mani pedicure with their favorite technician. So go ahead and get a jump start on that and make sure your machines are taken care of. Scissors, make sure they're sharp. If they haven't been sharpened in a while, might be a good time to go and have them sharpened so that they're nice and ready for you as well. Make sure you have some good lighting. My machines have really good lighting, but I like to have extra lighting when I'm, especially when I'm working at night. It seems to be more of a problem for me. So I like to have, a table lamp or something, a nice LED light you can pick up at an office supply store. And the other thing that I feel is a must is a comfortable chair. You're going to be sitting and sewing for a while, so it's good to have a nice comfortable chair and have it good on your back. Then we can go ahead and start just making a list of, like Santa Claus, making a list, check it twice, see who we want to make projects for, whether it be ourselves, whether it be our kids, our grandkids, aunts, uncles, whomever you have on your list, friends, family, whomever. Make a list of who you might want to make a project for. This can be on anything. Just, find yourself a little notepad and make yourself a list. And then start jotting down some ideas of what you might like to make for them. And if you're like me, and I did this real quick last night, I thought, I'm going to see what I've had for ideas in my head rolling around that I think that I would like to get done. A lot of times I haven't been writing them down. Sometimes I'm better than others and I do write them down, but I haven't in a while. And I was astounded at how many projects I have rolling around in my head that I want to get done before the end of the year. It really surprised me. I had something in the neighborhood of 26 to 30 projects. And I looked at that and I went, whoa, no wonder I get disappointed at the end of the year when I can't get everything done. My expectations might be a little bit unrealistic. So I challenge you to go ahead and write down all those things that you'd like to get done before the end of the year. And a lot of the projects I had on my list weren't even Christmas gift related. They weren't holiday related. They weren't Halloween related. They were things that I have already on my schedule that I need to get done, because for me, we have 2 babies that are due, one in August and one in October, which I'm ecstatic about. My youngest is expecting in August and my oldest is expecting her second baby in October. So I have some baby items that I still want to get done before those babies roll in, and that's going to cut into the holiday sewing for me. So write everything down, whether it's sewing related. That's not what I meant. Whether it's holiday related or not, because that will cut into how much time you have available to get those holiday projects done. Once you have that list down, go ahead and take a look at it and start prioritizing and say, okay, I know I can't get everything done. I can see that right now. I ran across a little video, which some of you have seen on my Facebook page, of the little Santa Claus and the dancing deer, and he's saying there's only 27 Fridays until Christmas. And I saw that and I had to share it on my page because I thought, wow, we don't realize we're only halfway through the year, but it really does sneak up on us fast. So I saw that, and that's really what motivated me to start scheduling everything and seeing what I had to do. So go ahead, get that kind of skeleton idea of what you want down, just the idea of what you want for your goals. Look at it and see if it's realistic. I said I had about 26 to 30 projects that I just quickly jotted down that weren't even holiday related. I know now that we have not 27 Fridays before Christmas, but I have 26 Fridays now before Christmas. And so I'm looking at this list going, okay, some of them I can knock out in a day or two. Others are going to take me a couple of weeks or more. So I need to look at my list, kind of figure out a guesstimate of how long I think each project will take, given what I have to do in other areas of my life and what I can realistically get done. So kind of work your way backwards and then reprioritize so that you know and aren't so disappointed in yourself that you didn't get it all done, because sometimes nobody can get it all done. Even 2 people can't get it all done. So don't set your expectations for yourself so high that you set yourself up for disappointment, is all I'm trying to say. So that would be the first start. Get your list down of what you think you'd like to do and start prioritizing it. And then I put together, and I have this little checklist and everything that I'm going to upload on my Facebook page, and I'll try to get it on my YouTube channel as well. so that you can download this too and modify the checklist as well as the holiday sewing planner. So I'm going to have that available for you guys to download. Feel free to change it up however best meets your needs. Okay, so now we can start planning. Again, how much time do you have? Is it realistic once you look at it? And then start working your way backwards. And then adjust if necessary. I plan on revisiting my list probably every month or so and looking at it and adjusting it. Maybe I'll add some things, maybe I'll take a few things off. Give yourself permission to say no. I know as sewists we look at things, I'm guilty too, look at things and go, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do that. And that would be so much fun to try that. And then we realize, oh my goodness, what have we done to ourselves? So give yourself permission to say no. So what I have got here, and like I said, I'm going to have this little checklist available for you to download so that you can kind of go through and kind of remind yourself, these are things that I need to get done. And then I created this little sewing planner. And the sewing planner has on it who the project is for, what the project is. You can list that on here. I have a little spot here at the top where you can either put a little picture of the project, or you can put little fabric swatches here, whatever. And what I am going to do, or what I plan on doing, is putting these in a little 3-ring binder. When I have them filled out, putting them in my car so that when I'm ever out and about and just happen to drop by a sewing store, my goodness, you know, that might happen, I have my list with me at all times of what I'll need to finish my little kits, because what I plan on doing is creating myself little kits of each project that I really want to get done. So on here it also says estimated time that's needed to complete the project, the pattern and the pattern number, start date, and you know, when I plan on starting it, when I look and have prioritized everything, when I plan on starting it, and when the project is actually due. So in my instance, I have a couple of projects that are due when the babies arrive, or I have a project that's due at Christmas. So you can have these all prioritized. You can put a big number 1, 2, 3, 4 across the top if you want to do it however you want to prioritize that makes sense to you. And then underneath it I have a list of materials needed, and I have a column for what I have on hand as well as what I still need to purchase. So if I have this in my 3-ring binder with some fabric swatches or the pattern picture as a reminder, I'm good to go and find what I need in that store. And again, that can be modified. So how do we make our little project kits? Well, what I like are these, they're by Hefty. They're called Jumbo Storage Sliders. They're just 2.5 gallon Ziploc bags are what they are. And they come 12 to a box. And these last forever, it seems. I use them over and over and over. But you just pull them out. They're just a simple little Ziploc bag. And they're nice and big, and they hold a lot of stuff. So I can put, let me get one over here because I pulled a couple of little projects. So this one's a work in progress. I don't have everything for this particular project, but it nicely puts all my fabrics that I need. If I have any little ideas, my thread, I put everything in here that I need for that particular project. When I have time, maybe I'll only have 5, 10, 15 minutes, I'll go up and I will wind a couple of bobbins for this project. So the bobbins are in here as well and ready to go. So that when I have a few minutes, all I have to do is unzip this little bag and I have everything I need right there in the bag for that particular project. Again, this one's not quite done, but you get the gist. Something I ran across the other day, just as another idea, for this particular project, it's a little quilt for one of the babies. I loved the quilting for this quilt. I did a little bit of online searching. I found a project that I liked that was similar. I liked the quilting, so I took a screenshot of it, and I'm just slipping that idea right in here as well, so that when I'm ready to quilt it, I'm not going, where was that idea I had that I found on such and such website? I took a little picture and I put it in my project bag. Now here's one that is ready to go. This one, I have my pattern in here, I have my thread, I have the piping, I have the buttons. Everything's in this bag, so when I have a few minutes, I can go up, get ready, and get sewing on it. And then as I'm working on a project, I'll put the bits and pieces back in there. So maybe I've cut my project, I'll put those cut pieces back in there so that it's ready to go. So, and oh, I forgot to mention, I also put, when it's completed, I'll put the planner in with the project kit, so I know exactly what's in here. When I do get something, I go ahead and put a check mark by the item that I've purchased, and then I just draw an arrow over to items that I have on hand, so I know that I don't need to get that anymore, that I've already got it. So those are just a few little ideas on how to get yourself organized and kind of plan for this holiday season that's really fast approaching. It's a lot quicker than I was thinking it was when I first saw that little video. I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're already halfway through the year, and it's going to be on us before we know it. Something else I would highly recommend is go ahead and straighten up your sewing room so that you can find things, so that when you're ready to go, it's ready to go. Something I like to use, and I know a lot of you have these, I call them sewing placemats. I don't know what other people call them. I've seen them on the internet, but I can't think what they call them. But this just goes under your sewing machine, and I store little scissors, little trimmers, my little 6-inch ruler, and all. I have a little screwdriver in here, a little portable screwdriver, a Phillips, as well as a screwdriver in case I need it. Just all those little tools that you use all the time, or that you want to have within hand's reach. I love this little thing. It's great. And I got a tip from a customer that came in, and I went to find this little command guy last night, and I couldn't find him at our Target. She said she got this at Target or Walmart, and what it is, it's a little command strip. This hint comes from Brenda Terrell. It's a little command hook, but it's not really a hook. What it is, it's a little pocket that holds razors. So it's a little command self-stick that releases and doesn't leave any residue or anything. And it's a little pocket that she just hooks or attaches right to the side of her sewing machine, so that when she needs a little seam ripper or that little pair of scissors or whatever, it's right by the machine. And Brenda says that she loves them so much that she got one for every machine. I looked online, and they ran anywhere from $3.20 to $3.50 on Amazon. I think it was $3.48. So they're very reasonable. It's just a little, again, a little plastic white cup that is meant to hold razors that you can stick in the shower, but she stuck it on her machine. So since Barbara sent in that tip, you know the drill maybe by now, I am going to send her 5 half sheets, 6x9 or 6x10, is it 6x10? Yeah, 6x10 inch sheets of the Glitter Flex. So I wanted to thank Barbara for sending in that tip, because I thought it was very pertinent for our tip today, where we're trying to get ourselves organized so that we can get the projects that we really want to get done and prioritize those for the ones that we must get done versus the ones that we just like to get done. Another thing that I would suggest when you're scheduling yourself if you think the project is going to take a couple of days, throw on an extra day, just because everything always seems to take longer than we think it will. Life gets in the way sometimes, but give yourself a little buffer room in there, maybe even a couple of days, you know, but don't schedule yourself so tight that if something goes wrong, you can't get it all done and you'll be very disappointed. And that's why I suggested definitely getting the machines looked at now before you get started and have a disappointment with them breaking down in the middle of a rush of trying to get it all done. You might even add a couple of extra weeks in case a machine does happen to go down while you're sewing. It happens. Even when we take them in and make sure that everything's just perfect, sometimes it happens where we break a needle or what have you and it gets jammed up, or the needle goes in and does some damage on the bobbin case or whatever, and you're going to have some downtime. So it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and actually give yourself a couple of weeks buffer in there in case something happens with your machine and it does have to go to the shop. You're not disappointed. So I'm going to go over to the computer and we're going to see if we have any questions, because it's possible. As well as I try to explain everything, there's always different ideas and questions and what have you. Oh, Carol is asking, can I use my glitter flex with my heat press? Absolutely you can. I think you want to put that heat press, I don't have it in front of me right now, so I'd have to look, and if you email me, I can definitely look up the temperature and the time, but I know you'll want to, I think you want to warm up the fabric first, and then I believe you want to, for like a second or two, and then you'll want to set it at 320 to 330 degrees and heat press it for about 17 seconds, and that will work with your heat press. Barbara, on the glitter flex, I like to put on hooded towels. How do you wash and dry it? I don't really recommend the glitter flex for hooded towels because glitter flex needs to fuse to the base of the fabric, and any fabric that's a nap will have some space between the base of the towel, for example, and the nap. So you're actually fusing just to the top fibers, and it's possible to tear through the glitter flex if you're fusing directly onto a towel. What I recommend in that instance would be to fuse the glitter flex to another fabric first, like a cotton, and then you're creating your own applique fabric, and then go ahead and stitch it on a towel as you ordinarily would. Glitter flex, you can wash and dry it. It handles that just fine, so it's completely washable. Let's see. Teresa said, I keep a running to-do list on my phone app or notepad. That's a really good idea, Teresa. I forgot to mention that yes, I do the same thing. Sometimes I have a running list on my cell phone, but I don't have a list on my cell phone of all the items I need to purchase for each and every little project kit that I'm putting together. Another tip that I think would be very handy, thinking of smartphones and our projects, is take a picture of your project, and that way you'll have the picture of your project right on your phone at all times. So that's another tip that I would like to share with you. And then you can actually send those pictures to your computer and print them out if you want to. So there's all kinds of ways to keep ourselves organized. Let's see if we have some other questions or comments. Kind of refreshing the page here. And I'm not seeing. Oh. Teresa said she does the pictures too. Great minds think alike. Little ones in the same ditch. Isn't that what the saying goes? Okay, I don't think I'm seeing all the questions because I know that there were more, and I think when it's in real time, they just kind of roll and keep rolling over. Renee says, when will you have the Glitter Flex back in stock for bulk? We're only out of 4 colors that are back ordered right now, and it's supposed to be another month or 2 before those back orders come in from what we're hearing. Which bulk are you looking for? I know that we still have some in the larger sizes, not in the smaller sizes. On the hologram kit is out, and our big kit is out, obviously, because we're back ordered on 4 colors. But you can email me direct, and I can help you more with trying to help you get the colors you need. Where did I find the bags? Anna's asking, where did I find the bags? That's a very good question. I found the Hefty Jumbo storage bags. They're just Ziploc bags in my grocery store. So I would go to the grocery store where you find all the Ziploc bags and look for the one that is 2.5 gallon by Hefty. And they're really nice, sturdy bags. Something else that I meant to mention that I forgot until just now was some of your projects will be too big to fit in this 2.5 gallon bag. One that comes to mind for me is I have a t-shirt quilt, and I've got right now 15 to 20 t-shirts that are not going to fit in one of those bags. So in that instance, I would put it in a box, you know, a clear plastic bag, excuse me, a clear plastic box that has a lid on it, so I can have everything together until I get those t-shirts cut down, and then they will fit into the bag. But until that time, you might need to use a box for some of your projects. So whatever works. But do prioritize them and keep a list of who you definitely need to get done first. And Elizabeth said most stores carry the bags. I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if they're at Walmart. A lot of Walmarts have a grocery section, so they're going to carry them. And they also have a home department too, so you'll find them in a lot of different stores. Sandy said, thank you, Bonnie. Now I'm in panic mode to get going. I'll need 2 lists at least. I feel your pain, but that's why it's good to get started now instead of how I sometimes get started in October, which is not good. So it's good to get started now to see what you would like to get done, to see what other things and other commitments you have. Like, I would like to get some cookie baking done during Christmas. So you need to realize that the closer we get to Christmas or some of these holidays, we're going to have parties to go to, we're going to have baking we might want to do, we're going to have other commitments besides sewing that we don't ordinarily have all throughout the year, just a little extra taxing on our time. So if we look at this, and then we can be a little bit more realistic of our own expectations to get what we really do need done, and let some of the other stuff go that needs to wait a little bit longer. Sandra said sometimes the bags are on the lower shelves. That's true. Sometimes you have to hunt until you can find them, because Hefty's the only one that I've seen so far with that large of a bag. And sometimes they're kind of hidden, but you can find them in a lot of different places. Judy said, could you do a tutorial on a t-shirt quilt? Well, I will make a note and put that over there if there's enough interest. Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't do something on that. They're really fun and pretty easy to do. So yeah. Janet said that Ziploc makes 10-gallon bags. Wow. I did not know that. Well, then my t-shirts would fit in that. I need to go find some 10-gallon bags. I haven't found those. Janet, where this is from Janet Olson. Janet, where did you find the Ziploc in the 10-gallon bag size? I haven't seen the 10-gallon unless it's like a trash bag. That seems like that would be a trash bag size. Maybe I need to check those out too. Pamela said, hi, sorry I'm coming in late. No worries. We will have this reposted on our Facebook page, and you can just click on the video section and you can see all the past videos with their boo-boos and whatever. There's some good tips in there. There are. And then we also repost them on the YouTube channel as well as Pinterest. So don't worry if you're coming in late or if you happen to miss it. We have them reposted. And later on, we get the captioning added so that you can watch them without the volume as well. Elizabeth says that Walmart used to carry the 10-gallon size used for sweaters and blankets. Well, that's a good idea. Another thing that I've used that I failed to mention are the bags that bedding comes in, like when you go out and buy sheets or a new comforter. I saved those because they have a zipper on them and they're wonderful for projects as well, and they come in all different sizes. So next time you're out buying bedding or something that comes in a Ziploc bag like a blanket, save that because that comes in really handy for your projects too. Okay, I think Judy says, awesome, I really need it, and come on ladies, help her, help a gal out. She really wants some help on a t-shirt. Okay, I think we've answered all the questions for today. If you have a question that you think of later, don't hesitate to just post it and we'll get back to it, because I do check the comments after the fact, after we've gone off air, and I do answer the questions afterwards too, so don't feel like there's another one saying she'd like a t-shirt, some tips on t-shirt quilts too. So anyway, we might be doing a t-shirt, huh? We'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll post it on YouTube, Pinterest, as well as it'll be reposted on our Facebook page. Be sure to ask questions if you think of it later, like I have a tendency to do. I think of it after I've turned everything off. That's when it's like, oh, I should have asked that. So don't feel like you're going to miss out if you forgot to ask now. I will answer them later if you think of it later. And again, I want to thank you guys for showing up for my little corner of the world and doing the Tuesdays tips with me. I have fun doing them, and I hope you enjoy them too. And feel free to share the video with your friends and invite them to join us. The more the merrier. So until next Tuesday, happy sewing, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.